this morning. I may not give him time, but he can reflect later on. So Tasama, you have maximum of 5 minutes.
5 minutes is more than enough. Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I'm gonna to present some important issues in relation to our capacity as well as partnership. And actually, initially, we had planned to have a common presentation for 3 universities, but unfortunately, we asked to have a separate presentation. This is the location map of Ethiopian universities, first generation, second generation, up to fourth generation. If you are looking the Haramaya University, it's at the center. Its location is central to Afar and Somali region, as well as Dredwa and lowlands of Eastern Oromia. These are, the pillars for higher education, research and learning, teaching and learning, research and community engagement. These are, the programs which we have. Some of the programs are directly linked to, especially the postgraduate programs, are directly linked to pastoral areas, such as the milk technology, rangeland ecology, and dryland biodiversity, and so on. We are also Center of Excellence for Climate Smart Agriculture and Biodiversity Conservation, which is East African program. These are, some of the research activities under Haramaya University. We have programs for lowland oil and pulse crops. We have research stations for camel. We have several researches, and we are center for instance, for Ogaden cattle since 1989. And we are also center for black-head Somali sheep, long-ear and short-ear Somali goats. We have several researches conducted in pastoral areas, and especially in general in lowland areas related to rangeland management, land administration, cross-border issues. These are, just to mention some. We are introducing some new varieties to lowland areas, such as the chaya and so on. Community engagement, we have several community engagement activities. Actually, the Vice President for Community Engagement and Enterprise Development is with us. This one, the first one was veterinary campaign, and this one is emergency assistance in the 3 pastoral areas of Ethiopia. Natural resource conservation, which is in Borana. Please continue. Water harvesting, which is also in Borana. Another important point is empowering youth and women. We have 4 incubation centers. Would you please? No. Yeah, we have 4 incubation centers. The first incubation center is for business ideas, business ideas incubation center. And the second one is technology incubation center, ICT incubation center, and agricultural activities related incubation centers. We are involved in several consultancy activities, and we signed memorandum of understanding with Tibet in Harare and Oromia regions. Please. We have nationally accredited 4 journals, some of which are have no highly reputable at continental levels. These are, the opportunities which we have, and the opportunities which helps us to work with other organizations, be it non-governmental organizations, governmental organizations, as well as, universities. The way forward, coordination and cooperation at universities level, coordination and cooperation with governmental and non-governmental organizations, and joint programs related to several development activities in lowland areas and experience sharing, joint researches, and so on. Thank you very much.
So, Asama, you will sit there as well. I think give him a chair. So, Jijiga, Dr. Elias, I think you spoke. So, Dr. Adam, I will give you 5 minutes as well, just to reflect. Does he have a PowerPoint? Excellent. Go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you very much to give me this opportunity. Just to present Samara University toward cooperation, coordinations and capacity development. Here is our presentation layout, which is focused on the background, activity, resource at hand, and future scenario. As we all know, Samara University is established around 2007 in Ethiopian calendar, and it's one of the second generation university, and it's work upon, as all university have 3 missions. We are working on academic, research and community service activity. We are integrating within these circulation pointers, and we do have more than 8,000 students right now. First degree, master degree, and doctorate that are especially related to the pastoralist and agro-pastoralist area. And Samara University are right now identifying center of excellency, particularly on agriculture, tourism, geology, and water resource and related activities. Skip, please. Here is the main points that are we are working upon the research activity. Some of it is directly we are working physical survey, study to apply research, and we are holding the activity under the authority of vice president levels. As we all know, there are variety of institutes and programs introduced to create solution to the society, basic and eager to introduce the new programs and institute of center of excellency. Here is some of the community service activity that are working with our community. First one is emergency responses. When there is the disasters and the different types of wars and conflicts, the university are supporting the community in a near manner. And the livestock and similar campaign in terms of increasing the number of livestock, training on a different field of studies, consultancy work, adaptations of the new technology. Here is some of the community helping an emergency response activities that are Samara University working with the different types of university. Thank you for that. Here is directly we are working on the community. As we all know here, Kori, here is the Werada, there is no any drop of water in Kori, and directly we are serving to the community by using water harvesting mechanisms. Here is some of the training that are delivering on the mining. Point of strength of the university, here is our strength is, we are part of the pastoral and agro-pastoral community. We do have a lot of skilled human power and a continuously growing body of intelligent and able to academic personnel. Here is the potential area that we are working on. There are a lot of potential area that are working our university. Water is the most potential area. Actually, as we all know, water is the very mandatory and the basic needs for our community. But the people are right now living without water. Really, most of the time when we are going to outreach to the community, the people does not have any drop of water. Really, which priority that we have to be taken? Because without water, the life cannot able to exist without water. So what I recommend for each and every partnership and stakeholder here, the water is the most top priority for the Afar peoples. What I went to emphasis on this point, and there was land and soil, land administration mechanism we do have, watershed management for soil and water conservation, forage and grassland for animal farming, crop is here, and So the water is the most important, and we have to be considered at the top priority. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Very much, Dr. Adam. Because Dr. Elias already has presented, so they are telling me that he also have another presentation from Jijiga. We don't have time, yeah? We can, you can, just, brief us while.
But the presentation is very brief.
ስንት አንድ ደቂቃ ሁለት ደቂቃ ሶስት ደቂቃ እሺ እንግዲህ አርብቶ አደሮች አኮሞዴቲቭ ነን እና ያው ሰርቫይቭ የምናደርገው በፍሌክሲቢሊቲ ነው ከምሳችን አንድ 15 ደቂቃ እንሰርቃለን ትስማማላችሁ እሺ ይኸው በቃ አሁን እነሱ ጋር አጠር ታደርግልናለህ ግን በጣም አጭር 3 minutes
I'll try to keep it as short as possible because I know the importance. So if I do have the PowerPoint. Jijiga, yeah.
No, it's another.
No. Yeah, I've given to Nardos, yeah.
ስለዚህ ከሌለ እኛ ድሉ ሰጠን እንግዲህ አባገዳዎቹ ፈቅደው ሰጡ ካልተገኘ ለምን ያደርጋል ይገብ ዳ ላንተ
University Smith Folder.
ስለዚህ እንዲህ እናደርጋለን የእሱን እየፈለጋችሁለት እያለ እኔ ጊዜውን ልጠቀም ከነሱ ጋር ላወራ አይሻልም እንደሱ ይሻላል አይደለም አሁን ምንድነው የታሰበው ዶክተር ኤልያስም ዶክተር ተሰማም ዶክተር አደምም አቅርባችኋል እንደው አንድ ደቂቃ ሰጣችሁና ለዚህ ለኮኦርዲኔሽን ለኮኦፕሬሽን እና ለካፓሲቲ ቢልዲንግ እኛ እንደ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ይሄንን ማድረግ እንችላለን ሌላው ደግሞ ቲቬቶቹም አቅርበውልናል ከቲቬቶቹ ጋር አብረን ለመስራት ፕራክቲካሊ የሆነ ነገር ይሄ አለ እቺ ጀመርናት ነገር አለች እቺ እናጠናክራለን የምትለዋን ሁለቷን ነጥብ ለአድርጋችሁ አሁን ሁለታችሁ ቀድማችሁ ለተናገራችሁ ለኤልያስ ድሉን ሰጣ ዶክተር ኤልያስ አጠር አድርገህ ብዙ እንዳትሄድብን እሷን ሰጣለሁ የሱ ፕሬዘንቴሽን እስከ
አመሰግናለሁ thank you actually I don't need to focus on what we have rather it's better to focus on the basic challenges what kind of challenge are we facing and what's our vision currently the challenge that we are facing are recurrent currently now we are facing drought in Somali region as well as Oromia and some other places after the drought what will come is flood this is known are we geared toward tackling this problem that's my big question and also we do have systematic intervention mechanisms universities are opening different programs different PhD programs master's programs but those programs are not well supported and well equipped and are you guys ready to work with us is there any way to integrate the TVET in this PhD as well as master programs because the TVETs are very good in producing bulk technicians. The universities are very good to find workable solution, problem solving researchers. And if we miss this link, if we don't link the university with TVETs and if TVETs fail to produce relevant technologies based on the research outputs, then the problem will still continue. That's what I'm saying. Land degradation is obvious. Currently, also the bush encroachment and feed reduction is going because all the grazing lands were taken by what can I say, Prosopis jellyfera and other alien species. If we don't come up with innovative idea that can utilize, not destroy pushes and maybe come up with certain technologies that can also change these two resources, we may not also realize our goals. That's why we need also another very important things. Systematic early warning and also climate change centers we need, because we don't have proper prediction mechanism to tackle the climate change, and also to predict, to store food, to manage resources accordingly. So if we work, if you collaborate, Dr. Anna-Lena, yesterday we were discussing on very important topic, school-to-school climate change centers, or what can I say, university-to-university climate change detection centers. Those centers can both serve as teaching centers as well as data generating centers, which can easily generate sustainable data and also prediction analysis and the like, which can be used by decision makers, researchers, as well as government officials. No. Even in my presentation, I clearly indicated that we don't have a strong collaboration. We need to come up that. That's why I need to put, all these things between, the university, the government, the non-government, as well as the TVET institutes. If you don't collaborate, nothing will have, genuine impact. Also, I will transfer. Before that, I may request you 1 minute for someone who has, genuine and also very ample research vision on such kind of things. Maybe if you are willing, you can give to Professor Getachew maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. He raised a very important point. The universities can be knowledge generation hubs because of handling MSc, PhDs, but that is not translated into practical trainings and capacity building to be transferred to the community. So TVETs should be the avenue, but so far, because of that gap, they are not working together, and it is a challenge for the development partners. We are there, to provide that support, and as a good example of, what Elizabeth and her team have been working. Thank you very much for this genuine reflection. They are telling us our assignments. We are clapping, but this is an assignment for all of us.
Getachew.
Maybe I will give later on to Professor Getachew. Similar, let them reflect, and then finally, Dr. Getachew, you will summarize, okay? Be prepared. Tasamma as well, now you highlighted what you have been doing, the different departments. On the same question, what you can do to contribute for these efforts in terms of coordination, cooperation, and capacity building, and as well, improving the linkage between Alama University and the TVETs.
Okay, thank you. Actually, Haromaya University has two potentials. One, because of its geographical location and because of the distribution of its alumni. We have wider coverage. When it comes to the partnership, still we are lacking, to have strong partnership actually with universities, and we are not closely working with TVETs, which is also a common problem, with us. But we have established incubation centers, as I mentioned, earlier. These incubation centers, the very essence of these incubation centers is to enhance the capacity of using women living just around Haromaya University and East and West Hararghe zones in some pastoral areas. Partnership can be established in the areas of animal production and health. Partnership can be established in the areas of lowland agriculture. Partnership can be, we can work together on training and curriculum development for TVETs or other training programs. We can work together on natural resources management as well as utilization and some other important socio-economic issues. Therefore, even Haramaya University is dedicated to coordinate the first meeting between the three universities, the Jijjiga and the Samara. Okay, these are, the most important points which we have. For the sake of time, even our vice president is here. It's good, to give chance to Dr. Isaac. He can further explain the issue.
I think, give him China Professor Dr. Getachew will go to, because we have 1 hour dedicated time for the group discussion. All people can reflect, but Dr. Getachew's name will be erased. I'll give him only 1.45. I know Getachew will start serious.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you very much again. Actually, I have shared the idea of my friend what they raised. Actually, we have to break the bridge between stakeholder, the bridge between partner, the bridge between the activities each other. We have to break. This is why the main concern of our session and presentation is focused upon. We have to come upon coordination, cooperation, and making capacity building activities. We have to break the bridge and we have to be interlinked each other. We have to be out of some sort of ego thinking and let us come together. Already we are implementing the project, we are drawing the proposal together. That's a big point. But in general, there is a lot of problems in our country as well as in our region. We cannot able to finish if I raise it here. And the priority measurement, the priority matrix should be taken in consideration. What I would like to say is, because water is, I try to emphasize on the water because water is the main thing. For the last years, 20 years, the people doing settlement and villagization activities. The people should become in one area. But the villagization and the settlement is the place where there is no water. That's where the problem. So the water is the main important. Without water, the life cannot exist. And particularly in Afar, water is the top priority, I can say. Here is my friend. They can able to take the stages. If you give, thank you very much.
ብዙ አላወራም። በጣም አጭር ነው። ምክንያቱም ማአት ጊዜ አውርተናል። አሁን ማዳመጥ ብቻ ነው የሚመስለኝ። አሁን ከዚህ በፊት እያሰብን የነበረው ነው በአማርኛ እና የሚመስለኝ ከዚህ በፊት
What I think is what we were thinking earlier was concerning in the pastoral area, there's no human resource. In order to develop this is quintessential. When we see the universities, there is the duplication of programs. Number two, እነዚህ ሰዎች ተሰልጥነው ሲወጡ they're not doing lots of things. Most of them are the ones we trained. Therefore, this region and this country is very big, Ethiopia, and the pastoral population is very large. Therefore, beyond that, at the center of regional integration, when you think about it, Ethiopia could play as a center of curvature. Therefore, the contribution of the pastoralists is very big. So anything which omits pastoralists is not being successful. So the country couldn't continue without pastoralists as well. So when we see the problem, we should see at the center that we can also train best professionals from TVET up to PhD, and that we can serve the pastoral areas. That's what we were thinking towards supporting Jijjiga University from Addis Ababa. That's the African and Asian studies. We have
have started and they have graduated about 7 batches. Now we have written even curriculum to start specialization in pastoralism and agro-pastoralism, so that you will have educated Somalis, educated Afars, and why not we make this center of excellence, so that these organizations, GIZ, and many others, USAID, you can support this program because it's because of resources. Otherwise, it can serve the whole region, including Kenya. We're thinking it can be center of housing, the arid lands in the Horn of Africa. With IGAD, again, IGAD might really support this program, I know. And if you cooperate with this one, for instance, we may not duplicate housing pastoral programs somewhere else. I think you have to support Jijjiga to become a center of excellence in pastoralism and agro-pastoralism in the Horn of Africa, even in Africa. የሚለው ሀሳብ ነው ያለኝ። አመሰግናለሁ።
በጣም ጥሩ ነገር ነው ያነሳው። እኛም ትንሽ ማርኬት ሪሰርች ሰርተን ነበረ እና ያየነው ምንድነው ጅጅጋ ዩኒቨርሲቲን ጎብኝተናል፣ ጂንካ ዩኒቨርሲቲ፣ ቡሌ ሆራ፣ ሰመራ መተናል። ዶክተር አባ አደም ነበር ያኔ ያኛው አደም